Hello and welcome to Young Minds vs. Madhavi's Physics. So you all know that we are doing Maths Marathon of Class 10 Mathematics, and this is day 10. And now, yesterday we have already discussed the theory behind polynomials. Right, now these are the important questions which are picked from the previous year papers and various textbooks, so that you will be able to answer any question which is asked from this particular chapter after listening to this video. Right, so now let's start solving the problems. The first one here is -3, 0 and 2 are the zeros of the polynomial. P of x is equal so and so. Find A and C. So what is the meaning of zeros of the polynomial? Let us start solving them. So -3, 0 and 2 are zeros of the polynomial. And what is the polynomial given to us? P of x is equal to x cube plus a minus 1 into x square plus bx plus c. What we need to find is a is equal to how much and c is equal to how much. See, zeros of the polynomial means when you substitute that particular value in place of x, you will get p of x is equal to 0. Okay, for easy doing, let me take 0 first one. Right, p of 0 is equal to, this term will become 0, this will become 0 and this will become 0 plus c, that is equal to 0. Why? Because p of 0 is 0, that is equal to 0, implies c is equal to 0. We got one value now. Right, so once when we got to c value, you can substitute c in this and then you can substitute these two zeros also. Now let us do p of -3. So -3 whole cube plus a minus 1 into -3 whole square plus b into -3 plus c is 0. Plus c is 0. So therefore, no need for me to write down c now. So now what is that one? Which implies, so -3 whole cube is -27 plus 9a minus 9, because -3 whole square is 9 plus 9 minus 3b is equal to 0. Okay, so now what did I get? -27 minus 9 is -36. So I can write it as 9a minus 3b minus 36 is equal to 0. So I got one equation in terms of a and b. Let it be equation 2. I have one more 0 here, which is 2. Now let me find out p of 2. P of 2 is 2 cube plus a minus 1 into 2 square plus b into 2 plus c, of course, is 0 is equal to 0. Now I can write this one as 8 plus 4a minus 4 plus 2b is equal to 0. Or rather I can write it as 4a, which implies 4a plus 2b. 8 minus 4 is 4 plus 4 is equal to 0. This is third equation. So already c is known. Our job is only to find out a. So now you have two equations with two variables, so you can easily find out a. So if you observe the second equation, now it is 9a minus 3b minus 36. 4a plus 2b. What I don't want is b. I don't want b. No need, because in the question b is not asked. So no need for me to waste my time. Hence I want to eliminate b. So therefore I can multiply 3 to this equation, so that 2 to this equation, so that it will become -3 into 2 minus 6. And if I multiply 3 to equation 3, it will become plus 3 into plus 2 as plus 6. Right? Minus 6b plus 6b, when you add both the equations, they will get cancelled. Right? So therefore, now I'll do it as equation 2 into 2 is, right, 18a minus 6b minus 72 is equal to 0. Okay. This is right. Third equation multiplied with 3 now. Right. So what is this one? 3 4s are 12a plus 6b plus 12 is equal to 0. On adding these, this will get 0, cancel. 18a plus 12a is, yes, 30a. This is minus 72 plus 12 is minus 60 is equal to 0. So 30a minus 60 is equal to 0, or 30a is equal to 60, which implies a is equal to 2. So we got, therefore, a is equal to 2 and c is equal to 0 is the answer. Okay. Right. Please pause the video and note it down. So just I'll show you the whole problem now. The problem here is minus 3, 0, 2 are the zeros of the polynomial. Therefore, when you substitute in place of x these respective values, you will get a p of that value equal to 0. So we equated that. So first I took 0 because it will become easy for me to find one variable. So by substituting 0, all these terms will become 0, and I will know the constant, that means c term. C is equal to 0. So from the second zeros onwards, no need for me to write c value. Right. So p of 3 minus 3 we have to determine. P of 2 I determined. Right, I got two equations with the two variables, and now if I observe in the question only a is asked other than c, so no need of b, so eliminate b. So for eliminating b, I have to make these coefficients to be opposite and equal, right? So therefore that means minus 6 and plus 6. Thus I multiplied 3 to 2 equation and 2 to 3 equation 2 and 3 to equation 3. So thus I got this one. Right? Clear? Now let us see the next question. Write any two linear polynomials having one term and 3 terms. I will write it here only, right? So any two linear polynomials having one term is one linear polynomial and 3 terms. So only one term I can write something like 7x, right, is equal to p of x. Right, the next polynomial. See, whenever I say that linear polynomial, it means that the degree of the polynomial should be only 1. So 7x, right. And now with 3 terms, I can write the linear polynomial in 2 variables, x comma y as ax plus by. Right, and I want third term also, so therefore I'll write plus c, standard form of the line equation, right? Ax plus by plus c, or rather it's up to you. You can give some values, 2x plus 3y minus 5, right? So such things are linear polynomials, like with 3 terms, right? Here the degree of the polynomial is 1 only, because here also you have only 1 in the power and here also only 1, right? So now draw the graph of the polynomial p of x is equal to x square plus 3x minus 4, and hence find the zeros from the graph. See, I will explain you this question in detail so that next similar questions you can do by yourself. So whenever such a question is asked, we don't know what the zeros are. See, you can't just keep on taking those values from which you may or may not get zeros in the graph. That means your graph may or may not cut the x-axis, right, with the values what you take. So therefore, what is the smart way? Smart way is, in the margin, in the rough work, first find out what are the zeros by middle term splitting. Okay, right, and once when you know the zeros, and choose those values of x to find corresponding px, in which even zeros of the polynomial are also included. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, p of x is equal to x square plus 3x minus 4 ఉంది. దీనికి గ్రాఫ్ గీయాలి అంటే మనం తీసుకున్న ఎక్స్ వాల్యూస్లో 0 ఉండొచ్చు, ఉండకపోవచ్చు. కాబట్టి గ్రాఫ్ నుంచి జీరోస్ కనుక్కోవాలి అన్నప్పుడు స్పెసిఫిక్గా మన గ్రాఫ్ ఆ ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ని కట్ చేయొచ్చు, చేయకపోవచ్చు మనం తీసుకున్న వాల్యూస్ని బట్టి. సో పర్ఫెక్ట్ వాల్యూస్ రావాలి అంటే స్మార్ట్ వే ఏంటి అంటే టేక్ దిస్ వన్, ఇది తీసుకుని పాలినామియల్ని రఫ్ వర్క్లో తీసుకుని మిడిల్ టర్మ్స్ స్ప్లిట్టింగ్ నుంచి రూట్స్ కనుక్కోండి. సో యూ విల్ గెట్ టు నో వాట్ ఆర్ ద జీరోస్ ఆఫ్ ద పాలినామియల్. ఇప్పుడు ఎక్స్ వాల్యూస్లో మీరు తీసుకోపోతున్న ఒక 5 or 6 వాల్యూస్లో జీరోస్ కూడా ఉండేటట్టు చూడండి. సో థస్ యువర్ జాబ్ విల్ బికమ్ వెరీ ఈజీ, రైట్? సో నౌ లెట్స్ సాల్వ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్. నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను ఇన్ డీటెయిల్. ప్లీజ్ వాచ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్లీ, రైట్? కేర్ఫుల్లీ. Draw the graph of the polynomial. What is the polynomial given to me? X square plus 3x minus 4. Okay, and then hence find the zeros from the graph. This is a graph related problem. Okay, and also remember one more thing, whether he asked to find zeros from graph or not, meeraithe graph problem antu iste sometimes only draw a graph antadu. So graph geeses vadilekandi, zeros kuda find out cheyandi, so that you will not lose. That means the chances of losing mark will be 0. ఓకే, సో ఇప్పుడు నేనేం చెప్పాను, దీన్ని రఫ్ వర్క్లో తీసుకోండి. రఫ్ వర్క్లో, రైట్? ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ 3x మైనస్ 4 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 అంటే పర్టిక్యులర్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ ఇప్పుడు మనం కనుక్కోబోతున్నాం. సో ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ దిస్ యాజ్ అన్ ఈక్వేషన్, రైట్? సో నా మిడిల్ టర్మ్ స్ప్లిట్టింగ్ చేయండి. ఇది ప్లస్ 3 మైనస్ 4 ఇంటూ 1. So therefore I will get it as minus x plus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. So I have split my middle term as minus x plus 4x. So now taking x common here, you will get x minus 1 plus 4 taken common here, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So which implies x minus 1 is equal into x plus 4 is equal to 0, or x is equal to 1 or minus 4. So what are the two roots? So every quadratic equation will have two roots. అది మనం ముందే చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా. x is equal to 1 or minus 4. So I got x1 and x2. That means 2 alpha and beta values. Right. Now in whatever values I am taking, I will also include these values. Okay. So let me start from, right, let me draw a table. Okay. With x value and y is equal to p of x. Okay, so then finally x comma y coordinate points, if I know, it will become easy for me to draw in the graph, right? To plot the points in the graph. Now x is equal to, see, now x value lo minus 4 undi, so I will start from minus 4. X is minus 4. Now minus 4 whole square plus 3 of minus 4 minus 4. Okay, so minus 4 whole square is, yes, 16 minus 12 minus 4, which is equal to 0. So I got y is equal to 0 here. Now x is minus 4, y is 0. Minus 4 comma 0 point, I got it. Now next one, when x is minus 3, minus 3 whole square plus 3 of minus 3 minus 4, right? So that is 9 minus 9 minus 4. 9 minus 9 will get cancelled. So minus 4 is the answer. So what is the x coordinate? Minus 3. Y coordinate, I got it to be minus 4. Now x is equal to something like 0 I will take now. Okay, 0 I will take. So now my value is x square, that is 0 plus 0 minus 4, that is equal to again minus 4. So it is now x value is 0 comma y value is minus 4 again, right? So now I will take it as plus 1, right? X square is 1 plus 3 times of 1 minus 4. So minus is equal to 0. That means 1 comma 0 is my point, right? At x is equal to 1, I got this one, right? At x is equal to something like 2, I will take. So 2 square is 4 plus 3 into 2 minus 4. Plus 4 minus 4 will get cancelled. So you are left with 6. So what is the point here? 2 comma 6 point. So I took these many values. So without knowing these, right, what will be the zeros? If you start finding from somewhere at -1, -2 and all that, then it will become difficult for you to go and then continue the graph, extend the graph and check that one. So don't waste so much time. First find out the roots in the rough work. I am saying it is in the rough work. Then afterwards include zeros also along with the other x values, so that there will be a proof for you that here is one 0, here is another 0. That means -4, at -4 on x-axis you should get y is equal to 0, at 1 on x-axis you should get y is equal to 0. Right, this gives you a complete clear picture and you will not be wasting even a minute of time here in confusing the things. Okay, clear? So all the problems, whenever it is graph related problem, please follow the same method, whether the examiner asks you for finding zeros from graph or not, but you mention them. Okay, so now let us see the rough graph plotting. Okay, so let me plot the graph. So here while plotting the graph, you have to take care that you have minus and plus values on both sides. That is along the x-axis and along the y-axis you have minus and plus on both sides. So let me divide this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now on the other side, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Okay. So similarly 1, 2, 3, 4, some 5, 6. Okay. Right. So now here -1, -2, -3, -4, right, -5, -6. Like this I took my graph. Right. How did I take the scale? Depending on how the values are varying. The values I am getting all integers only. Right, with plus and minus, variation is till 6 is along positive y-axis the highest value and positive x-axis 2 is the highest value. So like that I will see and I will divide my scale. Right, now after this start plotting the points. Right, now -4, 0, -4 on x-axis, -4, 0, 0 means the point lies on x-axis. Right, the next one is when x is -3, what is y value? Y value is -4. So that means here comes the point. The point comes here. Right, so now the next one is when x is equal to 0. That is when x is equal to 0, y is equal to -4 again. So that means it is on y-axis exactly. When x is 0, y -4. Right, and now x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, y is 0, yet x is equal to y 0 means on x coordinate. So therefore this is how it is. Right, so then what is the next one? When x is equal to 2, y is equal to 6. So that means so this is the point, right, point of intersection of both the values. So here this is how your graph will be. This is how the graph will be, right? So carefully observe how I have put the... Now your job is to mention this one also. Dear students, it is very, very, very important to mention or to locate the points, right? Mention the point in the graph. -3, -4, and this is 0, -4. And this is 1, 0, and this is 2, 0. I'm sorry, 2, 6. 2, 6. Right? So now what are the zeros? So this is a 0 and this is a 0. So zeros of the polynomial from the graph is wherever the graph is going and cutting on the x-axis, that particular point will become that particular x value will become the 0. X value will become the 0. So x is equal to -4 and x is equal to 1 are the zeros. Right? So all this information you have to write in the graph paper without fail. Right? సో ప్లీజ్ రిమెంబర్, మర్చిపోనే వద్దు, ఖచ్చితంగా గ్రాఫ్ షీట్లో ఇలా ఉండి తీరాల్సిందే. రైట్. సో నా స్కేల్ ఎలా రాస్తారు? ఎక్స్ వాల్యూ. రైట్. So each one unit is 1 x value, and on y axis, what do we take on y axis? P of x value. Right. 1 unit is equal to 1 value. Like that you have to write. Clear? So everybody, everyone, right, those who know also, please detailedly copy this one so that you may not make mistakes while you are doing such problems, because this problem comes for 4 marks. Now though, if it is Telangana students, now it is for 8 marks. Right. So for while giving 8 marks, examiner will check each and every point. If you miss any point also, he will cut the marks. Now let us see the next problem. So here, so in your worksheet you will find some into marks. That means those questions are not there right now for this particular year 2021. Right. Division algorithm concept and the problems based on division algorithm is eliminated from polynomials. Therefore I am not covering this problem. Okay. So now next one. Find the roots of the polynomial p of x is equal to x square plus 5x plus 6. See, whenever it is given as a polynomial, my dear students, please do not like just sit and like split the middle term and all that. You use the coefficients relationship. Okay. So the relationship of coefficients, because this is not quadratic equations chapter. This is from polynomials chapter. That means examiner will be expecting you to solve this one based on alpha beta values. Okay. So let's see how to solve the problem now. Right. So the fifth problem, you have to find the roots of the polynomial, that is x square plus 5x plus 6. So what will you write? Let alpha and beta be the roots. Therefore alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, which is equal to minus 5 by 1, which is minus 5. And second one, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a, 6 by 1 is equal to 6. So what did we get? Alpha plus beta is equal to minus 5 and alpha into beta is equal to 6. Okay. So now you can just determine, you can just substitute alpha value from here and then find out, or else you can just see that how the things are, like based on which values you can get this one. So guess, trial and error. 2 into 3 is 6, but 2 plus 3 can't be plus 5. So therefore if it is minus 2 minus 3, yes, minus 2 plus minus 3 is minus 5, minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6. So therefore alpha is equal to minus 2 and beta is equal to minus 3. Right. So we found the roots by this method. Right. Very, very important, dear students. So it is very common that students will align towards quadratic equation solution, but don't do that. When the question is asked from polynomials, you have to use this concept only, the relation between the coefficients and the roots or the zeros of the polynomial. Very, very, very important concept. Please note it down. Pause the video and note it down. Now let's see the next problem. Right. If p of x is equal to x power 4 plus 1, then p of 2 minus of p of minus 2. Okay. So now what we should do is p of 2 we have to find, p of minus 2 we have to find, and from this you have to subtract this one. Okay. So sixth one. Right. P of x is equal to x power 4 plus 1. Now p of 2 is equal to 2 power 4 plus 1, that is 16 plus 1 is equal to 17. This is equation 1. Now p of minus 2 is equal to, it is minus 2 whole power 4 plus 1, the even power, so you will get positive value. 16 plus 1 is equal to 17, equation 2. So now therefore p of 2 minus p of minus 2 is equal to 17 minus 17, which is equal to 0. So this is how you have to find out. Note it down. Right. So now the next one is draw the graph of the polynomial p of x is equal to x square minus 7x plus 12. Then find the zeros of the graph. What you have to do, I told you, as I said, you split it into like middle term splitting, and then you go like with what do we call finding the zeros, right? So like here we can go with minus 4x minus 3x plus 12. So x minus 4, right, minus 3 x minus 4. So therefore this is equal to 0, this is equal to 0. X minus 4 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3 or 4. Is it not? So now when you are taking x different values, usually it is better take some negative values also, even though you get all zeros to be positive only, then also you take like x is equal to minus 1. Okay, then x is equal to 0, then x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3, x is equal to 4, x is equal to 5. So 3 and 4 are also included in this. Then you will get a graph and then you will get the x-intercepts there. Okay, so therefore you will know what are the zeros of the given polynomial. Okay, right. So now alpha, beta are the roots of the polynomial so and so. And alpha minus beta is also given to us because k is a variable, k is a value which we need to find. Then find the value of k. Now when the roots of the polynomial are given, this is b, that is of minus alpha plus beta, right? And this is alpha beta. Let us use alpha plus beta, alpha minus beta and alpha beta concepts, and then we will find out this one. Okay, so 8th one. Let me do the 8th one here. Right, so given polynomial is x square plus 5x plus k. Okay, so now alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a is equal to minus 5. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a, which is equal to k by 1, which is equal to k. And but given alpha minus beta is equal to 3 is given. And now from equation 1 you have alpha plus beta is equal to minus 5. Eliminate beta. Then 2 alpha is equal to minus 5 plus 3. Right? So minus 2 or alpha is equal to minus 1. So you have come to know the value of alpha. Now from here substituting this in any of these equations. Right? So minus 1 minus beta is equal to 3. Or minus 1 minus 3 is equal to beta, or beta is equal to minus 4. Beta is equal to minus. What is k? K is alpha beta, right? But k is equal to alpha into beta, which is minus 1 into minus 4, which is equal to 4. So therefore k is equal to 4. And here are the multiple choice that are given to you, and here is the option. Okay? Right. So note it down. So now let us see the next problem. Whether half and 1 are zeros of the polynomial, that we have to find. Let me find it here only, right? So 2 into half whole square is 1 by 4 minus 3 into 1 by 2 plus 1, right? So this is p of half. P of half is equal to, that is 1 by 2. 2 goes 2 times, 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Okay, so now here 2 is the LCM for these two. So 1 minus 3 by 2 plus 1. So 1 minus 3 by 2 is minus 2 by 2 plus 1. Minus 2 by 2 is minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. That means half is a 0. Now substituting 1, right? Substituting 1, p of 1 is equal to 2 into 1 minus 3 into 1 plus 1. 1 plus 2 is 3 and now minus 3, that is equal to 0. Yes. Justify means this is how you have to prove. Right? Since p of half is 0, half is a 0. P of 1 is 0, 1 is also 0 of the polynomial. Right? Note it down. Right. So this one, 10th one. So if one of the zeros of the cubic polynomial, so and so general polynomial is given is 0, then find the product of the other two zeros. Right. See, in a cubic polynomial, what relations do we have? Right. We have it as alpha, beta, gamma are the roots. Then alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b by a. Then next comes alpha, beta plus beta, gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to c by a. And next finally comes alpha, beta, gamma is equal to d by a. So these are the important relations that you have. Here what is given? One of the roots is 0 already, right? So one of the zeros of the cubic polynomial is 0. That means suppose if we imagine gamma to be equal to 0, if gamma is 0, then beta gamma plus gamma alpha value will become 0. If gamma is 0, then alpha into beta is equal to c by a. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a, because we have taken gamma to be equal to 0. So what is the question asked? Then find the product of other two zeros. What are the other two zeros? Alpha, beta. So what is the product of other two zeros? C by a. So what is the answer for this? C by a. Note it down. Right, here draw the graph of the polynomial p of x is equal to x square plus x minus 2 on the graph. Find the zeros of the graph. So middle term splitting and then do, right? So as I said already, we discussed two problems of the similar kind. Now p of x, then value of p of 1 is, so 1 square minus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1, that is plus 6 minus 4 is 2. From the graph, the zeros of the polynomial are, see, I said whenever it is like in the graph, you have to see that x-intercepts. That means whenever graph cuts x-axis, there you will be having zeros. So at 3 points, the graph is cutting the x-axis. So that means at x is equal to minus 2 is a 0, x is equal to 1 is a 0, x is equal to 0 is a 0. Right, and x is equal to 2 is a 0, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2. Right, so the zeros of the polynomial, minus 2 is a polynomial, 0 is a polynomial, 2 is a polynomial. So all the above is the right answer. What is the right answer? All the above is the right answer. So now here, the 14th one. Verify the relation between zeros and coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. Here he is asking us to verify. So what you have to do is first, p of x is equal to 0. If you equate, you will find x value. So that means x square minus 4 is equal to 0. You equate. So x square is equal to 4. You will get. So x is equal to plus or minus 2. Square root of 4 is 2. So, and always it can be plus 2 or minus 2 because it is a square. Right. So x is equal to plus or minus 2. That means I got alpha is equal to plus 2. And beta is equal to minus 2. This is what I got from this one. Now verification part. What is the verification part? Alpha plus beta is equal to. Now here first of all you have to write a is equal to 1, b is equal to 0, c is equal to minus 4. Right? When you compare with ax square plus bx plus c. Right? When you compare with the general quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Right, you will get a is equal to 1, b is equal to 0, c is equal to minus 4. Now alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Minus b by a. So but what is minus b by a? It is 0. Right. So therefore verified. Here alpha plus beta is also plus 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So hence verified. Hence verified. Now from here, so from here minus b by a is 0. And now c by a is minus 4 by a is 1. So that is equal to minus 4. Now here c by a is equal to alpha into beta. but C by A is equal to minus 4, and alpha into beta is equal to plus 2 into minus 2, which is minus 4. Hence verified. Okay, note it down please. So complete the following table for the polynomial y is equal to px is equal to x cube minus 2x plus 3. So here he is asking us only to complete the table. That means giving x cube for minus 1, right? So that is minus 1 whole cube is minus 1, right? When x is 0, x cube is 0. When x is 1, x cube is 1. When x is 2, 2 cube is 8. Right, minus 2x. So when x is minus 1, minus of minus is plus. 2 into 1 is 2. 0, it is 0. So 1 minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. This is 2. Minus 2 into 2 is minus 4. Okay, now 3. 3 is a constant. It is independent of x. So therefore 3, 3, 3, 3. Now y value, what is y is equal to? Y is always p of x. Y is always p of x. What is p of x? X cube minus 2x plus 3. That means adding all these you will get p of x. That is minus 1 plus 2 plus 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. Right, sum of all these is 3. Right, these things, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Right, 3 minus 4 is minus 1 plus 8 is 7. Right, so now x comma y, x is minus 1 comma y is 4, 0 comma 3, x is 1, y is 2, 1 comma 2, x is 2, we got y to be 7, 2 comma 7. Okay, so this is how you have to fill the table, and this is the table like what we are determining this table, like to draw the graph, is it not? So directly, so where in the previous table we have taken this whole thing in one, but in this table he is taking every term separately and then asking us to fill it, right? Yeah, note it down. Here we go with the next problem. This is also like I have put an into mark here because it is also division algorithm based. That means a polynomial divided by another polynomial. This syllabus is not there for this particular year. So therefore now I don't want to trouble you children learning all this one now. Revising all this rather. Find the zeros of the polynomial. P of x is equal to x square. Just now we did this one, right? X square is equal to 4. X is equal to plus or minus 2. Draw the graph of p of x and find the zeros of the polynomial. The same method again. First find the zeros in the rough work and then draw the table like this how you have seen above. And then find x comma y coordinates and then plot the points on the graph and then join all the points and then mention the points as well as the zeros. Right. Now number of zeros of the polynomial whose graph is below. Right. So how many times it is coming and intersecting at x? So at 3 places it is coming and intersecting. So number of zeros are 3. Number of zeros are 3. So next one. Shrika says that the order of the polynomial x square minus 5 into x cube plus 1 is 6. Do you agree with him? How? Right? So now here when you multiply this, what you will get? So x cube into x square, x power 5, like x square into plus 1 plus x square, right, minus 5x cube, when you multiply this and this, minus 5. So here we have 4 terms and the highest power term is 5. So therefore order of this is not 6. Okay? Alright. So now which of root 2 and 2 is a 0 of the polynomial? So we have to verify here itself. P of root 2 first find out. Root 2 whole cube minus 2 root 2. So root 2 whole cube means root 2 whole square into root 2. Is it not? Root 2 whole square is 2. 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2, 0. So therefore root 2 is 0 of the polynomial. Then now we have to verify whether 2 is 0 of the polynomial or not. Right? So now P of 2, 2 cube minus 2 into 2. 2 cube is 8 minus 4, which is equal to 4. Not equal to 0, therefore 2 is not 0. Okay? So note it down. And this is again the similar problem. X square minus 5x plus 6. Find the zeros of the from the graph. This is very important pattern. So I am saying, like always, there are two types of the questions which will be asked most of the times, and this is the most number of times asked. And another problem is, suppose they may say that find the polynomial. I am giving that problem. I don't find that problem here being collected. So I am giving you the problem. Find the polynomials which can have 2 and minus 1 as roots or as zeros. This is how they give the question. So that means what is given to us? Alpha and beta are given to us. So solution, given alpha is equal to 2, beta is equal to minus 1. General equation, k times of x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is the general equation of a general form of the polynomial. So now k into x square minus of alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is 2 minus 1. Right? It is 1. Right? 1 into x is x. Plus alpha into beta. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. So you got the general polynomial as k into x square minus x minus 2. So usually by substituting k is equal to 1, k is equal to 2 and k is equal to 3, you will get a number of polynomials. This is what another type of the question which can be asked. Right? Usually suppose if you have something like a coefficient anywhere, so we will see that coefficient of x square becomes 1 till there you will be doing the thing, or else you have to write for taking different values of k we will be getting different polynomials. Okay? So important. Right. The next one, sum of the zeros of the polynomials x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 4 is. See, it is a cubic polynomial. In cubic polynomial, sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma, is minus b by a. That is, now here minus b is minus of minus 2 by a is 1. So this is minus of minus 2 plus 2. So sum of the zeros is plus 2. Right. In the given figure, a graph of a polynomial p of x is shown. Calculate the number of zeros of p of x. See, the figure is not drawn here. It is something like you will be having like this. So how many places you have it? So it is a suppose if you have like how many places you have, at those many places you will be getting zeros, and from the diagram you can find out what the zeros are. Here I have taken a polynomial with power 4 or degree 4. Just randomly I took the graph. Okay? Alright. So now alpha, beta, gamma are zeros of this one. Then alpha into beta into gamma. See, alpha, now this is again a quadratic polynomial and you have alpha, beta, gamma is equal to always, see, this is a, b, c, d, minus d by a, alternate plus, minus, plus, minus. So, minus d by a, so that is equal to minus 2 by 1, which is equal to minus 2. So, alpha into beta into gamma is equal to minus 2. Right, if 1 is 0 of the polynomial, right, this is the polynomial, then find the value of a. So here itself we can do. P of 1 is equal to 0 implies ax square, right, that is x square is 1, a into 1 minus 3a minus 1 into 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, or a minus 3a minus 1, that is minus 3a minus of, this is minus of minus plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. 1 minus 1 it will get cancelled. A minus 3a is equal to 0. A minus 3a is equal to 0. Or 3a is equal to a, or like what is ax square, 3a minus 1 into x square, this is 1. 3a minus 1 into, that is minus 3a plus 1 minus 1. So therefore this is equal to 3a is equal to a, which means for all values of a, right? For all values of a, this can be the 0 of the polynomial. So therefore, depending on the options what are given, you can find out, right? So for all values of a. So he may be giving a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever it is, or all values, right? So next, this one again is not there because this is also like based on division algorithm. So this concept is not there for this year. Children who are watching only for the batch 2021 May 10th going batch, for them only it is not there, and from the next year onwards again this syllabus will be there. Okay, so this is all from polynomials. See, please try to solve each and every problem from the polynomials, and anyhow I will be putting the slideshow of the worksheets so that you can take the print of that one, and when you solve all these problems, then you will not lose even a single mark from this particular concept. Please do subscribe and share. Yes, as usual, this is the beginning of the slideshow. This is sheet 1, 2. Please pause, take a screenshot, and then you can copy it down or you can take a printout. Sheet 3 and 4. So these are all the problems from polynomials. Yes, please don't forget to subscribe, share and like.